So hi guys, and I got a comment on static and dynamic input video that honestly unclear. I feel like I need a better explanation on how to execute inputs. For example, like if I wanted to type in hello for input and have it print hey, but I type goodbye, it says goodbye, or just quits the software. How would be able to do that with inputs? So I really didn't understand the doubt which you have, but I will give you more better explanation on this comment. So this video is all about that. So let's get started. So I have opened my Jupyter notebook. So let's see the difference between static and dynamic input. So in static input we give the values before the execution of the program, but in dynamic input we don't give any values like I have given in this slide A and B in the input while executing the program. We give after the execution of the program, we give the inputs. So here, as we don't give the input before the execution of the program, we have to use a function to take input from the users. So that is the difference between the static input and dynamic input. So here the values are given before execution. Here the values are given after the execution. So this is difference between input and static and dynamic input. So here, as we are giving before the execution, here no need of any function which is input function. Here just I am going to give output function which is print in Python, and here I have to give some operation like we are going to uh, store the a plus b in C, and we are going to print that. So sum is comma C. You are the sum. But in dynamic input, I want the users to give the values of that A and B. Then I'm going to use the input function. So here A is equals to int of, I want users to give integer values. So I'm using here int. If I want users to give float, I'm going to change here int to float. That is the difference between where you have to give int and float. If you want to give, or if you want the users to give some characters like strings, then you need not put this int function. You can just write input of enter a value or enter a string. This is enough. And if you enter a value, if I give something like this, enter. That's it. Here I'm going to see what is the type of A. Let's see the type of A. It is a string because input function takes string values. That's why to specify it, if it is an integer or float, we are going to specify there as int. So int, specify A value and B value. B is equals to int of input, enter B value. Let's print it. For output function we use print. So print sum is C. So yeah, value, let's say 34.46. You got the answer. So this is the difference between static input and dynamic input. As static input, the values are given before the execution of the program, so they do not need any function. But whereas dynamic, we have to give the input. We want the users to give the input. So here we are taking the function which is an input to take the values from the users. That's the difference. So I hope your doubt is cleared. It's also, you said that your software is exiting. So I think you're not initializing variable. That's why your software is execute. It's just exiting, sorry. So if you're giving just like this and you just put it like that, it will give you an error. So, and if you're giving some high like this, which you told, your software is obviously going to give you an error. Even if you keep it in double brackets, it will show you like this. But if you want to give input, always you have to initialize the value like this by giving, then only it will take. And if you want that value or that string or character to appear on your screen, then you have to use the print function. So that's what I told. Outprint function is an output function, input is an input function. So now you got high. So this thing I think you're missing out. So always initialize your value to a variable, then only you will get the output. And to print the output on your screen, you have to use the print function, and to give input to the computer, you have to use the input function. So I hope your doubts are clear now. Thank you. I hope all your doubts are cleared after this watching this video. So I really appreciate for commenting on my video and telling about your doubts. So if you didn't understand anything from this video also, then I will make a PPT presentation on it and I will explain you them. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.